Okay, Shalom. Want to say Call Lalim La, Yahweh Bashim Shai. Want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word in sincerity and the truth. And, this lesson uh, is going to be about suffering and its truth. Okay? Because before we get the kingdom and the great glory and the great honor and, the amazing bodies and everything, what brothers have to remember and always keep in mind is that before all of that comes humility. Okay, before all of that, we're gonna be made fun of. We're gonna be laughed at. We're gonna be lied about. We're gonna be slandered. Okay, we're gonna be hated. Okay, can't forget that part. You know, all of that, man. Okay, before we get to the kingdom, we have to go through all of that. Now, this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 12. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. So, that's plain, okay? Before honor is humility. Before the great glory and honor and the respect that we're gonna have in the kingdom, before all of that, excuse me, before all of that, okay, we have to go through humiliation, okay? We're gonna be humiliated, which that word humility is synonymous with humiliation, okay? Humility, humble, humiliation, all those are words that are synonymous with each other, and it means to be brought low. So we're gonna be brought low in this truth, okay? Like someone that gets their ass kicked, you know, someone that gets beat up. Okay, excuse my language. Someone that gets beat up, and they're not walking very stout anymore. They're not walking very proud, you know. No, because they just got humbled. They just got they just got you know they just got beat up, man. Now they know you know who's in charge. So like Esau, when Yahushua comes, the Lord is gonna kick Esau right in the ass, man. So in the kingdom, Esau is gonna be humble, man. This devil, yeah, and it's those proud elites that we want, you know. That's got to be the most fun part about the kingdom. Is the slaves and the vengeance that we're gonna have. But first and foremost, Yahweh Shai is gonna get his vengeance, because like the scripture says, vengeance belongeth to him. You know. So that's why we're not doing anything right now. This is why we're harmless and we're not rising up against Esau and his government. Okay, because we're waiting on Yahweh Shai to come. Vengeance is his. Okay, so we're not to go out there and beat crackers up or whatever. Like scripture says, wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But the point being, is that in the kingdom, Esau is going to be humble because he got his ass kicked by Yahushua. Ultimately, Yahushua is going to come and destroy, the world powers that be, which is Esau. Okay, the elites. He's going to destroy NATO and the EU, and this whole beast system, and redeem his elect, and put the elites in chains. Give his men spiritual powers to go hunt them and put them in chains. Okay? So my point being is that humility is synonymous with humble and humiliation, to be brought low. Okay? So in this truth, we're going to be brought low, man. Okay? So, bro, that's always something that brothers always have to remember. Starting with myself first and foremost, at this point, I don't even, I don't even pay attention to people when they make fun of me. It's just a regular thing now. I remember Apostle Gabar made a beautiful video, on being thick-skinned, and to this day I still remember that video. You know, and that's true. In this truth, you got to be real thick-skinned. You can't get easily offended by what people have to say about you. I mean, it is what it is. But and again, you want to be hated for righteousness. Okay, you don't want to be hated for doing something stupid. Okay, if you're gonna be hated for doing the right thing, for this truth. Okay, if you're gonna get arrested for anything, do it for get arrested for being in this truth. Okay, don't be doing things that you shouldn't be doing, man. Now this is Acts 14:22. confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So through much tribulation are we going to enter into the kingdom. Okay? It's through the tribulation and the suffering that we're going to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. And really the majority of the tribulation is going to come through mockery. Okay? These scoffers mocking us, making fun of us, people lying about us, slandering us, hating us. That's the majority of the tribulation right now. Okay? And really the real tribulation is going to come when the hour of temptation comes, when the RFID chip gets fully implemented, the mark of the beast, okay? When martial law breaks out here, and the Lord is going to see if we're going to keep the faith to the end, The Lord is going to test us, try us, okay? To see if we're those precious stones, if we're made out of gold, and and at the end of the day, if we are those men, we're going to endure unto the end, okay? Verse 23, and when they had ordained them elders in every church and had prayed with fasting, they commended them to the Lord on whom they believed. That was it on that. Okay. Which speaking on that word believe, the true believers are going to endure unto the end. Okay. Because you have guys in this thing that come for other having other intentions, Like the scripture says, not every man has the faith. This is Psalm 69:10. When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. Which that's what we're doing. Well, we fast, okay? I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them, okay? And sackcloth is exactly what we have out there in the streets, A lot of people like to call us bums. Okay, one group in particular comes up to mind, but that's fine, okay? Because we just read in Proverbs 18th chapter that before honor comes humility. So we're going to be brought low. We're going to be made fun of and all that. That's fine, And I became a proverb to them. We're a proverb to these people. When we're out there in the streets and the highways and hedges, people look at us like, what the hell? What is it? People look at us like we're these deranged dudes, Like we're just we're out of our minds, and to a certain extent, you kind of have to be, like just a little bit, I remember Apostle Gabar said that, but at the end of the day, like Paul said, told Festus, okay, when he was taken up to King Agrippa, he told Festus, I'm not mad, most noble Festus, but speak forth the words of soberness and truth, of truth and soberness. Okay, so at the end of the day, we're not crazy. We're telling you people the truth. But if you want to look at us crazy, then so be it. Okay. I'll read that again, verse 11. I made sackcloth also my garment, and I became a proverb to them, that they that sit in the gate speak against me, and I was a song of the drunkards. So the people that sit in the gate speaking against us is when we go out there in the highways and hedges and people come up against us and come up against what we're saying. Sometimes it'll be a strong demon on them, and some other times it'll be just a weak demon, but at the end of the day, it's all part of fighting the good fight, because like the scriptures also say, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, okay, but against principalities, against spiritual darkness in high places. Okay, we're battling against demons out here. Okay, we're battling against the sorcery that these elites try to cast on us. We're fighting demons out here, man. When we're out there in the streets and the highways and hedges, we're not fighting physically. Okay, and the drunkards, is I became, and I was a song of the drunkards. These people make fun of us, man. Verse 13, but as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Lord, in an acceptable time, O power, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me in the truth of thy salvation. Which that's what we want, We want the Lord to, to hear our prayers and our supplications and not forsake us, because if the Lord's not with you in His truth, or when you're out there in the highways and hedges, I can guarantee you're not going to last. Like Yahweh Shai said, if any man abide in me, you know, he, that parable, we're compared to as branches, and Yahweh Shai is compared to the vine, you know, and just like a vine, if a vine breaks off from the tree, it just withers, So the point being is that the Lord has to be with you, because if He's not, then you're compared to like a branch that isn't connected to a tree. And what branch do you know that isn't connected to a tree ends up lasting long? It doesn't. It'll dry up, and it's good for nothing. All it's good for is to be put, for firewood, you know. So I mean, the point being is that you don't want the Lord to cast you out of His presence, okay? And to keep giving you that thick skin, okay? To keep that thick skin, that strong mind on you. You shouldn't care what these people have to say about you. Like, to myself, I don't even care anymore. I don't care what these people have to think about me. These people, they're retarded. When we're out there in the highways and hedges and people want to make fun of us, just look on how low of a level they are. They have no idea of what's going on. You know, they have no idea what's coming. They have no idea of anything. You know, so I mean that's fine, man. Let these people make fun of us. If anything, they should be ashamed. Hey, somebody who's naked, drunk, and asleep. Hey, when that person wakes up, they're gonna be ashamed. Are you kidding me? Well, spiritually, that's what these people are. They're naked. They don't have this truth. They don't have these beautiful garments that we do. Okay, spiritually, these people, they're naked. They're asleep, and they're drunk. Okay, drunk with these philosophies, man. So hey, if anybody wakes up the next day and somebody took a picture or recorded them of them naked, drunk and sleeping, they would be greatly ashamed. Okay, so to hell with with the masses of people out here, man. They're the ones that should be ashamed, man. They don't have this glorious, beautiful knowledge that we do. So fuck these people, man. Excuse my language, but man, these people, man, I can't wait till the Most High gives us that power to put these people down, man. Because when they make fun of us, they make fun of us in their pride, you know? So, hey, man, I can't wait till the Lord gives us that power, man. But at the end of the day, what they're saying shouldn't get to your head, it shouldn't, you know, offend you to the point where you don't want to be in this truth anymore. Because if little thoughts like that start to get into your head, then you need to check yourself, man. Okay. But I mean, with that, just wanted to make a little quick